Good, everybody? It's your boy Santo G, man, back at it with another reaction, man. And today, we gonna talk about it, man. Swifty Blue. Did he mess up, or was he just spitting facts? To be honest, I think he was just speaking from his heart, and he was speaking facts. Now, the way it came across and his choice of words, maybe he could have pretty much just put it in a lighter sense. Let me dummy it down for you pretty much. You know what I'm saying? For those of you who are pretty much watching the interview and trying to bash the homie and say that he's a racist individual for saying the things that he said, you know what I mean? Y'all just wrong. Y'all just trying to feed into anything just to make content, and it's sad. To be honest, when people talk about certain things, they at least come forth with evidence to back up what they're saying. Any videos that I've ever made on anybody, I've came forward with evidence and facts to pretty much prove what I was talking about. Now these videos that people made on the homie, is just wrong because if you watch the whole interview, he pretty much says how he's working with all these other races, African Americans to be exact, pretty much how he's tapped in with Kodak, how he's tapped in with Kodak's homies, how they were even able to get Kodak to the hood over there in Paramount and take pictures and how they're working on a little collaboration. So pretty much he just said that he would not have another race have full control of his music, his money, anything, and you can't blame them. We don't come from a place where you're able to trust another person like that. I can't even trust people my own race like that. So, let alone I'm a trust another race. And let's just be real. I'm not saying this to create controversy or anything like that, but let's be real. Ain't no other race gonna have another race's best interest before they have their own race best interest at hand. If you guys understand what I'm saying, um, everybody, the way we've grew up, the way we've been raised, you already know it's pretty much, you take care of your own race, you protect your own race, and you know what I mean. We're held to a certain standard. So I'm a firm believer that ain't no other race gonna have another race's best interest at heart before theirs. Ain't no other race gonna put themselves second to somebody else. So it's like if you gotta do something to fuck me over, you're gonna do it because at the end of the day, I'm not your race. And I just feel like that's the mentality that a lot of people have. I'm not saying that's the mentality I have. I'm not saying that it's right, but it's just the mentality that a lot of people had. And the homie's just speaking from experience. And like I said, where his choice of words wrong, I think he could have pretty much, like I said, dummied it down for people and explained himself a little better. But I also think, you know what I mean, Bootleg Kev, you set him up for that one, boy. He's not racist. He was just talking about how he's collabing with all these other people, and then you set him up with that question, and then you still keep poking at it, talking about, oh, it sounded racist. Like, come on, you know the individual you're dealing with, so why you even say that? And Whack 100, pretty much last time he said, I don't fuck with Southsiders. I don't fuck with Mexicans. We've been at war for the last 20 years and going on. You got Charleston White on camera, you know what I mean, with fucking choppers talking about anybody comes here, I'm lighting them up, talking about I'm gonna smoke all these Mexicans and smoke all these other people. And you know what I mean? They're still on public platforms. I seen DJ Vlad interviews. I seen all kinds of other interviews of these people, and You know, the homie was just speaking, and pretty much it was too real. You know, people didn't like it because it was too real. But I'm gonna give you guys an example, right, as to why the homie feels the way he feels, as in homie's hot. There's a lot of people out there that are hot. CNG, Swifty Blue, Cujo the Savage, you know what I'm saying? Even my boy Duke, the homie Duke from the hoods out there doing his thing too. You know, I seen Swifty tapped in with him, you know. Salute Swifty. And I'm not just saying this just because he's tapped in with the homies, you know. I'm saying this because I seen that interview and I was talking to my wife while we were watching it, and she's like, man, watch, it's gonna create some stuff. And sure enough, it created some stuff. So that's why I'm right here, pretty much just responding, doing my reaction, my thoughts on the whole interview. And salute to the homie Swifty. Salute to all the homies doing their thing, you know, because they can hate and they can criticize all they want, man, but we're going to keep getting it by any means necessary. You know, it's funny how when the shoe's on the other foot, people don't say nothing. They don't really create big controversy like that. You know, that's what made me start the channel. And pretty much you got now the homie saying the same thing, and it's a whole big old thing, you know. But whatever, we're gonna get into this. This is Capone talking about when he met Suge and how Suge was pretty much selling him a dream, but at the end of the day, it turned out that he was just using him, pretty much just for muscle and for clout, you know. Tell me what you guys think of it. So this is video number one. I'm gonna show you two videos right now. I'm gonna show you two videos. One of why homies are hesitant to pretty much fuck with any other races as far as when it comes to this music stuff, because you know homies have been played many times before, you know, been sold the dream, but at the end of the day, we're just used as torpedoes or pretty much like I said for cloud or whatever the situation is, man. But we're gonna get into this one right here. Salute. Let's get it.
And looked at his story.
I think everyone did.
You know, I'm thinking Suge Knight's just a gangster. He's just a gangster that wanted to put his money into the music game, and he's doing good, and he's helping out the gangster rap. Shit that, you know, to me, I was like, I would love to work with someone like a Suge Knight. So eventually, later down the line, when Suge Knight was not the same Suge Knight as before, one of my friends introduced me to Suge Knight. He's like, look, Suge Knight's been hearing about you. He wants to have a meeting with you. So we go down to a Hotel Beverly, I think it's the Beverly Hotel or something. He's sitting there chopping it up, pumping us up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys, you know, like telling us some real street shit. Essays are deep in LA. They're running the jail shit. They are the streets. You guys are the streets. When I came in, I bring out Pac, all that. That was the shit at that time. But the game has changed. You guys are the real motherfuckers out here putting in work, blah, 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 you know, just pumping us up. We're like, yeah, look, what's cracking? He's like, check us out. We run LA. We need to let everybody know that they come to LA, they're gonna fuck with us. I'm Suge Knight, you're Capone, we can take over, blah, blah, blah. So I'm with it. I'm like, that sounds like a plan. Like, this is LA, you know, this is our backyard. Let's ride with punches. So then he gets a phone call or something, like something about Lil Wayne's in the studio in Hollywood somewhere. So we're with my boys, and he goes, look, Lil Wayne's out here. Lil Wayne's in our territory. And that's when Lil Wayne was popping, you know? He's like, he needs to bow down to you guys. Like, he's telling it an ARF thing. He needs to bow down to you guys. You guys need to go see this guy and let him know that come to LA, you got to mess with the essays, you know? So he's going to follow us. We're going to go to the studio. We're going to see what's up. So we didn't know the game plan. We're just going to the studio. We're like, fuck it, let's go see what's up. So we go to the studio, we roll up. So Suge Knight gets out of the car. He goes, look, here's my plan. You guys go push up in the studio. You go knock on the door and start saying you want to talk to Lil Wayne, and say Suge Knight's outside. He wants to talk to Lil Wayne, and let him know what's up. You guys know what's cracking. We're like, we know what to do, you know? So we go to the door, start knocking. Security comes out like, what's cracking? We need to see Lil Wayne. Suge Knight's outside. What's up, homies? They're looking at us like, what the fuck? These fools are fucking tripping, you know? We're like, yeah. So we're going there tripping. Like,
okay, but to be fair, Lil Wayne has been dealing with this fuck shit, you know, through most of his life.
Yeah, exactly.
And he keeps fairly thorough security
Yeah,
around him. You know what I
exactly.
mean? It's not like you're just gonna walk in.
Exactly. So we have the
He's
security. We're going at it with the security in the front.
okay. Like how
Yeah.
many security guards are at this point?
I mean, three guys, maybe three guys,
Okay.
and they're inside the studio and we're tripping and we're like, Suge Knight's outside. We need to talk right now. So that security was like, look, chill out, chill. Let me chop it up with him. So
Okay.
he goes in there. They probably talk to Lil Wayne like, Suge Knight's waiting for you. There's some essays outside. I don't know what's going on. Who knows what the conversation was inside? But they come back out like, look, we can have that meeting with Lil Wayne and Suge. Can you get Suge to come in here? And I was like, all right, cool, cool. So we go back to Suge, like, you good? Go up in there. So we thinking we're going in with Suge, like we're talking about our music, our business, right?
Okay.
So Suge comes, we're going to the door. Suge says, do me a favor, guys, just stay out here, chill. So we're like, all right, cool. He goes in there, talks with Lil Wayne. We're outside waiting. We're looking at security. Security's looking at us. Like, we're just like, looks like tension could pop off. We're ready to pop it off if something goes on. Nothing really popped off. Suge comes out like 10, 15 minutes later. He's like, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Well, what's cracking? He's like, just chop it up tomorrow. He gets in the car, takes off. We're like, the fuck did we just do? We just pushed up in here for Suge to go meet with Lil Wayne, and we're supposed to be talking about our music, but he just, to me, I'm thinking maybe he's just talking about what he wants to talk about, and using us as pawns. So I looked at that kind of fishy, but I'm thinking maybe he really had to go somewhere. So we let that go, and as time went on, we had more meetings, and Suge was like, "Look, we're gonna sign a contract. We need to do his contract. You the new this and that." We used to be up in buildings right there in Hollywood, and Snoop. I did a song with Snoop right before that, and he's like, "You did a song with Snoop?" And he came with this idea. Why don't we go fucking get him on camera, do all this crazy shit, put Snoop on camera, diss him, do this. We got him on camera doing this. That's when I was like, hey, fuck that, homie. You know what I'm saying? Snoop's, I'm a man of my words. If I did a song with Snoop, we did business with Snoop, I'm not gonna turn my back on someone that we did music with.
And Snoop is one of these artists that he'll do songs with whoever's kind of building up a buzz. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So I got love for Snoop.
Yeah,
I mean,
Snoop really fucks with the hood, and he's
Yeah.
been consistent. Like Snoop does songs with artists I had never heard of. Like you could tell that he really just wants to keep fucking with people.
All right. So that's the clip number one I wanted to just show you guys, pretty much why homies are hesitant to just deal with another race because of just being used for certain stuff like this. Like the homie said, just being used as pawns with a bigger agenda and then just trying to use the homies. So I'm gonna show you guys another clip. Now Swifty Blue was talking about that he'd rather sign to a corrido label than to a black or another race. Now, for those people who don't know what's going on with us as far as the raza, we got a big movement right now. And I say we because I'm proud to be raza, to be Mexican American. I was born here in the US, but my people migrated from Mexico. So we got Rancho Humilde right now, which is my boy Jimmy Humilde. Shout out to Jimmy, shout out to all the camp, Rancho Humilde. And for those who don't know, the little homie Peso that's hot right now just came out. He's busted right now, but he just started blowing up like I want to say like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? He caught a little buzz. But for those who don't know, Peso is signed to Rancho Humilde. He's under Rancho Humilde Records. You know what I'm saying? So when Swifty Blue said he'd rather sign to a corrido label than to another race, is because the homie Jimmy, the homie AB, and all the CEOs that are part of the whole Rancho Humilde, they're getting it in right now and they're breaking down barriers and they're opening doors for a lot of people. And that's why he said he'd rather sign to a corrido label. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already been done with Peso. And for those of y'all who still having hard trouble comprehending this, I'm gonna show you guys another video that just dropped. I believe it barely dropped yesterday or the day before yesterday, and it's JOP from Fuerza Regida, which is a corrido group, Fuerza Regida, he just did a little crossover with J.I. Bands, and I don't remember the name of the other dude, but I'm gonna show it to you guys right now. For those of y'all who said, "Oh, well, corridos, then do corridos." Nah, you don't get it. The homie does rap, but what he meant is he'd rather sign to a corrido label is because let's be real, when you're an artist, for those of you who actually know the business, the label, all they're good for is putting up money for projects and being your H&R as far as just knowing how to promote you, knowing how to book you shows and stuff like that. That's the only reason you sign to a label. So when he said he signed to a corrido label, is because he knows the homie Jimmy has a good team over there right now with Rancho Humilde, and pretty much any talent that comes into their hands, they have the venues, they have the following. So anything that comes into their hands, even if it's rap or whatever it might be, the homie's been good at pretty much promoting and pushing their things, pushing their music and making stars pretty much. So shout out, like I said, once again to the homie Jimmy Humilde and the whole Rancho Humilde camp. But that's why he said that. And I'm gonna show you this video of a corrido singer on a rap hip hop track, and I think they killed it, to be honest. So it's a reaction right now. I think they killed it. You guys let me know what you think right now. I'm about to look it up right now. JOP.
Every 15 minutes, someone buys a home with a Red agent. And because we're closing twice as many deals as other agents.
Don't raise me. We made it out.
Alright. Now I proved my point where he said he'd rather sign to a corrido label. The homie just said it, singing corridos. That's how he made it out. You know what I mean? Just wanted to make this reaction to show you guys these two videos to pretty much just prove where the homie was coming from. Anybody that has been watching the homies Swifty Blues progress throughout the years, you know what I mean? He's had a lot of collabs with other races. He's had multiple vlogs, stuff like that. Just, you know what I mean? I believe he's one of the artists that's actually he didn't let none of that shit change him. He's actually tapped in and he actually reaches out to people. Like I said, the little homie Duke Nasty doing his thing, and I know he reached out to him, and the homie's young, you know what I mean? Just got out the halls not so long ago. I believe he's like 18, 19, and he just started doing his thing, and he reached out to him and pretty much extended that to him. So Swifty Blue's a real motherfucker, and I just wanted to make this video, man. You know what I mean? Boy Santo G, man. Unity, prosperity, respect. Ball. Let's get it.